Carolina Panthers waived Baker Mayfield this morning. Statistically, in terms of ESPN QBR, he's having the worst season ever since they started making the statistics, second only to, I think Jamarcus Russell had a worse stint. Although he's played all right in the past. He was the number one pick. He's won a playoff game. He operated in a system that's an offshoot of what the Niners are running. Do you think the Niners should put in a waiver claim if he's available when they're up at spot 25?
I've never been a big Baker Mayfield fan at all. I think he's going to be kind of toxic for the locker room.
What is it about him? Can you explain that? Because people always like, well, I don't know if he's going to fit this locker room. I just know he makes terrible commercials, but what is it about his personality?
Yeah, he's always. I really don't know what it is, but what I do know is his teammates have come
He's
out.
The anti-Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, a lot of his teammates have come out to speak
Beckham.
against him on both teams.
Yeah.
So whatever he's doing, his teammates don't like. And this team, one thing about the 49ers that they do a good job at, for better or worse, is bringing really good teammates and good guys around. And when I say for better or worse, sometimes that's, I think they may miss out on a good player or two because of that. But I think locker room dynamics is very important. And so I'm not sure about Baker Mayfield. What I do know is he's pretty cheap. He'll be like $1.4 million. I asked Swan Song, he's been coming through big on this data, but $1.4 million if they sign him. But something that I'm starting to think now is that I would think some NFC playoff team is going to snatch him off waivers before the 49ers get an opportunity. Somebody like Seattle. So I don't even know if we get an opportunity.
Or the Rams.
Yeah, or the Rams. Somebody. Yeah, just to be spiteful, So we'll see about that.
Yeah, I mean, this is another guy that you could say, say what you want about him. He has having a terrible year. It was Carolina. You put him on this team, it would be the best team he's ever been on. And he has a better arm than Brock Purdy. He was the number one pick. And Kyle Shanahan is on record saying all kind of nice stuff about Baker Mayfield a few years ago. I don't think he'll last. But if he does, because teams don't want to, whatever, he's toxic, or teams that aren't in contention don't need him. Dude, how can you say no? Oh, because you have Brock Purdy and Josh Johnson. Nothing against those two, but Brock Purdy has never started a game, and Josh Johnson has started 9 and won 1. So why not add a third guy to the room and see what you got? I mean, you really have nothing to lose. Frankly, you also go through quarterbacks anyway. Like any team that gets Baker needs to give him a month to learn their system anyway. So he's not going to play right away. You bring him here, and he's just sitting on the $1.3 million to get him ready and play if necessary. Because ideally, Brock Purdy wins the Super Bowl. End of story. He just keeps the job and wins the Super Bowl. But if that doesn't happen, you have options other than Josh Johnson.
Yeah, and I think everyone needs to remember and keep this in mind that Jimmy Garoppolo was elevated by this team. His play was by his team, his defense. Josh Johnson's going to be. Brock Purdy's has been. Baker Mayfield. All these guys that you're judging.
Nick Mullins.
Right. Make sure you're judging them based on what teams they played on and what team this is. It's going to be better for them. It's going to be easier for them. They're not going to be asked to do a lot. So really, a lot of these guys will end up being just as serviceable as Brock Purdy, in my opinion.